Everyone, we begin tonight with a brazen and deadly daylight shooting in Toronto.
There's so many little kids that could be hurt.
The shooting happened near a school and a daycare.
I heard the shots first.
Okay, you guys don't worry. The kids are safe. Every child inside is safe right now.
Wagwan, everybody. Welcome to our next episode of Todd the Things podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about a story that I've been seeing come across my FYP. A lot of people were suggesting me to talk about it, and I was already going to do it because I seen it. It happened the same day of the man in Scarborough that jumped out the car and was swinging knife in each other's face. If you haven't seen that video, that's my most recent video, so you guys go watch that quickly and come back to this one. But it happened the same day, and that was June 17, 2024. The only thing is that this happened on the other side of the city, kind of near York Mills and Don Mills. Now, what happened from what they're saying is that this took place at an investment mortgage company, and there was 3 people that were shot dead, 1 man and 2 women. And there was 2 schools and a daycare that was right beside it, so it caused a lockdown. They had to call TTC bus for the picnic them to come off and go on. 2 parents were outside scared, wondering what happened to their kids at the daycare, because the daycare is very close to where what happened. So now let's get into the crime and what really happened this day. They're saying that about 3:25 p.m., there was reports of gunfire that was made by witnesses inside of the building, saying that they heard bare gunfire. Now, they said it could have been about 5 or more, but they just heard it. They don't have an exact amount of numbers. They just heard the gunshot. One man said he ran back to his office, it stopped for a second, and he heard like 3 more and ran back outside. The people that were in the daycare section were saying, sorry, not section, but in the daycare building that was behind this office, was saying that they never heard anything at all. They were saying that they were just coming outside to come outside with the kids, and they seen all the police, and they're like, well, let's just walk up to the police officer them and make the pity them say hi. But when they got up to the police was saying like, nah, there was a triple shooting, and it's a big crime scene now. So they had to lock down the daycare, lock down the school, all type of thing. Now, what they were saying is that they think it was an argument that gone wrong, because remember, it is a mortgage investment in company or establishment or whatever you want to call it. So keep that in mind, that it's a mortgage investment company and they deal with investments. So they're dealing with people's money and them someday. So they're saying it's an argument not gone wrong. But I want to play you guys a news clip right now so you guys can hear more information about the keys, kind of get a feel of Wagwan, and I'll be right back.
Everyone, we begin tonight with a brazen and deadly daylight shooting in Toronto and the terrifying moments for panicked parents desperately waiting to see their children.
We weren't sure what was going on, so just happy to have him with me and go home.
The shooting happened near a school and a daycare. Toddlers racing into the arms of their fathers and mothers. Relief after finally being reunited. Gunfire erupting at an office building close by. Late tonight, police updated their investigation.
The individual responsible for the shooting is among the deceased.
CTV's Sean Leathong has been tracking developments all evening. And Sean, 3 adults are dead tonight. What else do we know about what happened?
A chaotic day inside the daycare, OMR. As the supervisor tells us, the children were huddled in the dark while the lockdown was taking place. Also, the nearby office where the shooting happened, we managed to speak to the only person who got out alive.
Terrifying moments as parents rush to a Toronto daycare after getting a lockdown notice for a shooting.
I mean, it's devastating. There's so many little kids that could be hurt.
The shooting happening in an office located in the same building. 3 people are dead. The only person inside to survive, this man, Sharhak Binyaz, who worked in a separate business down the hall.
I heard the shots first. Then I came out, quarrel. Then I went back to my seat. 2 minutes later, another shot. I came out, this time I ran away.
Binyaz calling 911. Once police arrived, he heard more shots.
We heard 4, 5, maybe 6 shots, one after the other, and that was it. That was the end of the shooting.
Binyaz and others at the scene identifying one of the victims as a local mortgage broker named Arash Misagi. Police putting the scene on lockdown, 2 schools and the daycare nearby as parents arrived, learning little bits of information of what happened.
I was driving when the messages went out to the daycare, so I didn't know that when I turned down the street and just to see all the cars, and I didn't know what school it was or if it was the daycare or the high school or the private school.
With police investigating the shooting, parents were trying desperately to get information. And then eventually getting good news.
Okay, you guys don't worry. The kids are safe. Every child inside is safe right now.
One by one, each of the 104 children attending the daycare brought out, some wheeled in a crib and reunited with their parents.
Certainly a huge amount of relief.
Yes.
Relieved, very relieved. So we weren't sure what was going on, so just happy to have him with me. And
Even for those who hadn't seen their kids yet.
I feel at ease. That's all. It's just a lot.
As Toronto Police Homicide took over the investigation, Detective Sergeant Alan Bartlett saying there is no threat to public safety.
There will be a police presence here certainly overnight and probably into tomorrow.
A terrifying day near a place that parents rely on to be safe, with heartbreak and more questions for those who knew the victims.
While Toronto police say that the person they believe responsible for the shootings is among the deceased, there will be autopsies done tomorrow.
All right, so you guys just seen that. Now, there's actually a twist in this story. And I hope you guys made it to this part of the podcast because I wanted to talk about this. And people who were mentioning the case to me was also saying that the story behind it is crazy. And I also wanted to remind you guys that nothing that we're saying right now is 110% facts because of how early the investigation is on the case. Everything I'm about to say is just speculated and it came off of a Reddit forum. But there could be truth behind it because there is proof. So we'll get into that. They're saying that the two people that were got shot, because here how it go. If you guys were listening to the news, you will see it was the two people that got shot and the man that was doing the shooting wound up offing himself. So 3 in total. But the two people that the man that offed himself shot are supposedly scammers and they're always in some type of fraud situation. They're getting run down by government, all type of stuff. And I want to read you guys 2 Reddit posts so you guys can hear what the post had to say. And I'm going to put them up on the screen so you guys can follow along. According to police, this took place at the office of a business involved with the financial transactions. A Google search of the area showed that a now insolvent business called Moneygate Corp, a mortgage investment company, was operating at 25 Mullard Road. One of the deceased, identified by the witness at the scene, is a local mortgage broker named Arash. We're just going to say Arash M. It seems that the Moneygate Corporation and its owners, a father and son, were having some problems with the Ontario Securities Commission, the OSC, and they also had an ongoing dispute with M and his associates. Meanwhile, M was caught up in a mortgage fraud investigation in 2013. May or may not be related, but a quick Google search will show the relevant legal cases. So even he's saying that if you just go on Google and do your own research, you're going to find it and you're going to see it. They provided links. There's links that will go into the actual news article talking about the whole case. So I have a next Reddit post and the man says that it looks like the dude that was shot dead and a lady were involved in lots of fraud. He's had a crazy amount of cases over the past decade, if not longer. So it seems like things caught up to him finally, as they always do, just a matter of time. Now, once again, everything is alleged and you can't take what we're saying 100%, but it kind of leads me to think that these people were scammers and something went wrong. Like they were saying it was a dispute. So it's not even like a dispute gone wrong. The man came there knowing what he was going to do to them. The man came with a gun, knowing that what he was going to do. It looked like it was an ongoing thing. The people them said that the people them that got shot are always in some type of fraud and scamming business. So it just looks like it was a business thing that went wrong. Either way, rest in peace to the 2 people that died, because we can't be sure that's what happened. We know it could have been a madman that just walked in there and started shooting them up, but it don't look like that was the case. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about the situation down below. Rest in peace to them once again, and we'll talk next time on Talk the Things podcast.
Yeah, I'm a pretty little Barbie.